Good morning and welcome. Welcome to my morning live stream, Fight CPS, excuse me, with your host, Bob Pace. This makes another live stream that I've been continuously doing since October of 2023. Twice a day, I come on to help you with your CPS case. Now, what I call CPS is the Child Protection System found in every county in every state. It was mandated by Congress in 1962 that we protect our children from neglect and abuse and do also what is called family reunification, where we bring the family back together if it's necessary to break them apart. That little bit of information I said doesn't seem to be happening a lot lately. It seems like there's a lot of rogue CPS entities out there that take the children no matter what. They're not in danger. You see, you're not supposed to take your child unless they're in danger, but no one really knows CPS or the rules or the laws or how they're supposed to function or anything. It's a scary thing that you get involved with. I know, I've been there. I've been fighting CPS for 15 years. That's a long time. Started with me back in 2010 when I lost my forever job through no fault of my own, and suddenly I was unemployed and faced with the fact of finding work at the age of 60, which was virtually impossible because most time people don't want anybody over the age of 55, let alone 60. But I have found work from time to time, but I've yet to find a forever job to try to take care of my family. But in your case be similar to mine, where they took your children away that weren't in danger, where they constantly did everything they can against you. They weren't supportive of you, and they weren't caring enough about what was happening or anything. Anyway, I'm glad that you've found me on Facebook. There's another show that I do in the nighttime called Fight CPS, Stop Taking Our Children. That's my nighttime show, which is on at 7 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. Now, this morning show on the weekends comes on at 8 a.m. today and tomorrow. But during the weekday, it's on at 10 a.m. And it's every day. And it's 14 live streams a week. Now, there's several things you can do to participate in this live stream. The first banner I put up is self-explanatory. If you're from the United States, you don't need to put the country USA because I know all 50 states. That was put on there for people outside of the United States. There are 22 countries that have texted in or called in asking for help with CPS. Now, I'm not an attorney, but I'm a loving father and a husband with 15 years experience of fighting CPS. I have over 42 years of marriage experience. I've helped raise 6 children, 3 of my adult children that have families of their own. The other 3 were young kids that were taken from me at 2015, 5 years after I had lost my forever job. And it was hard. It was really, 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 really hard. CPS did everything they could to make my life miserable. They weren't cooperative. Every time I saw a mistake being made and bring it to their attention, it got worse and worse. Now, like a fool, I allowed them into my home. I allowed them into my life. And that's the worst thing you can do because I found out by cooperating with them or doing everything they ask, they'd make it worse. They'd make it worse. They really made it worse. And I know some of you are already experiencing that. I have a family of people that come here all the time. And I'm glad to see Neruda Galindo. Thank you for your love, your heart, your emoji. I like emojis. You can also leave thumbs up and smiley faces and send me stars. That's great. Now, these countries besides the US are I've heard from are Indonesia and Bangladesh and India, then up to the Middle East to Saudi Arabia and Libya, then over to the continent of Africa. I have Liberia and Sudan and Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Mozambique, and the provinces of South Africa. Then up to Europe, I have the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, and Wales. England, Scotland, and Wales. Then across the pond, oh, before I forget, in Europe, there's also Denmark and Sweden, along with England, Scotland, and Wales. Then across the pond to North America is Canada and its provinces. Then the US and all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. Then south the border of Mexico, then further south in South America and north of Brazil. On the east coast is Grenada, then across the South Pacific to New Zealand, and then to the land down under Australia and its states. So that's a total of 23 countries, including the US, and all 50 states. That's a lot of people. I've talked to over 2,500 people from all walks of life. But one thing they have in common with all of us is they ran into a rogue CPS, a CPS that has been really bad. Now, I'm here to help you with your CPS matter. Now, your CPS matter, I don't know until you talk to me about it. So, this is an open discussion forum, and so people can talk about anything they like to talk about that pertains to CPS. Now, besides text and message, you can also be a guest on my live stream. To be a guest, you just email my producer, Grace. Her email's up, the banner's up. You just pick one of my 14 shows. I want to be on Bob's Sunday morning show, or Bob's Friday night show, or Bob's Wednesday morning show. You say morning or night, Monday through Sunday. And she'll know what to do. She'll send you a link. You copy and paste it in your browser, and you'll be on a software application called SteamYard. SteamYard is the application I use, and it's uses YouTube to transmit this particular live stream. Now, this live stream can have, as I said, be a guest, up to 9 of you. With me makes 10, so I can have 9 windows or 10 windows with you all talking about your case. So when you get that link, go on, copy and paste. If you get knocked off, you can copy and paste again. That won't be a problem to copy and paste again. Now I'm going to put up a third way you can interact with this live stream is you can call me at my number. It's 626-698-0990. That means I'm live. You can talk to me on the phone. Okay. Uh, so there's my phone number, 626-698-0990. I am live.
Yes, I was just calling about some grandchildren of mine that were taken from their parents in Missouri. I can be reached at 307-431-1688. I do have a couple of questions for you. Thank you.
Now, the other phone number that I have on the screen, 888-888-6582, is the law offices of Vincent W. Davis. And you can reach the office. You talk to reception. Make sure you tell them that 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 I sent you, that Bob Pace sent you. And if you do talk to Mr. Davis, make sure you tell him that Bob Pace sent you. Oh. Now, also, when you call that number to the law offices, you can get other attorneys for other matters. Plus, you can find resources, books that help you. Um, you can find the schedule of live streams. Vincent Davis on Saturday has a live stream approximately 10 o'clock in the morning. You call that number to find out if it's on or not. Every Saturday, he has a live stream, questions and answers. During the weekdays, he has a thing called office hours. So, again, you can call. Also, we have other people that have shows on Mondays and Wednesdays. So, please contact the office to find out the schedule. And any books or guides are available for purchase on the show. I mean, at the phone number I left you there. Now, besides um, calling the office, you can go to the place called the Stand Store. The Stand.store is a website, and he has it on the screen below his name, Vincent W. Davis, where you get books. Like there's a new book now called The Grandparent Guide, a step by step guide for California to adopt your grandchildren. And it's only $9.99. But right now, for if you use my discount code of capital P, capital A, capital C, capital E, number 50. That's PACE 50. You get 50% off for that particular book. There's also packages and deals at the Stand store. Now, Vincent does have a website at his office. It's vincentwdavis.com, and there you can get information about the law offices and so forth. Now I'll put my number back up. And I think we have someone. Well, we had a room in here. Um, Here is things that CPS Child Protection Service has in common with the dark side. Well, that doesn't sound very good. This is from somebody from Facebook named T. So you got a question here, T. When the employees or whoever steals the CPS money who pays it back to the government agencies have insurance that covers their employees' wrongdoings? That's a good question. There has been millions of money stolen by employees who embezzled funds. I know one individual, they were trying to track down $1 million that was embezzled. Um, embezzled what part of the world are you calling from, T? And do you have a first name or a name I could call you? Now, this insurance you're talking about, there's insurance for everything. And that's one of the things I do talk about. A lot of people don't get what's called legal insurance. That's where you pay a premium either by month or a year. Um, T, again, I ask you, what part of the world are you calling from? And why do you want to know about $1 million stolen by one person? How much money they get? Well, the money that was embezzled in Richmond, Kentucky is being investigated. The person has been attributed to having $400,000. If someone takes money, they get all the money if they embezzle funds. There's a postal worker that embezzled $6 million all the time. If you can tell me what specific case, location, I would gladly help you. Um, T, from wherever you're at. You're from the north of what? I don't know why you're trying to be so vague with me, but you're from the north. Okay. North can mean a lot of places. It could be the North Pole. It could be Alaska. It could be Greenland, Iceland, Norway. Um, what considered north of you. If you're down in South America, the north could be Brazil. If you're in Argentina, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I am a worldwide traveler, and I've been around the world many times. And it's sad, but people do embezzle money from not only from CPS, from postal workers, but also companies. People embezzle money all the time from companies. I knew a case in construction and civil engineering where a company, the person that was the controller and one of the estimators colluded together to steal millions of dollars from the company. It happens all the time, the embezzlement of money. So far, we have T from the North talking this morning, and I'm looking forward to having anybody else with any other questions. Oh, you're on the show yesterday. Well, the only person I know from North Carolina is Dorothy Cook. And Dorothy Cook, I don't think we put something up there about the dark side. If this is Dorothy Cook, you have a new side I do not know about. There was also a gentleman named Bruce from North Carolina too, but that was weeks ago. That was weeks ago. But anyway, T, I don't know what that stands for, but I'm glad to have you here. Is there any other questions you can ask? Or this is Dorothy Cook, because I know Dorothy Cook has another name on Facebook too, but I don't think this is Dorothy Cook. Government agencies, I'm pretty sure most do. I can't say for sure because that's an area of my expertise that I'm not involved in. That's a small part of CPS. Um, there's insurance about for everything. As I told you, there's legal insurance. You can get legal insurance to cover your retainer and acquire an attorney by paying anywhere from 50 cents to $1 per day. That's $365 a year for a legal premium that will cover a 5, 10, 50, $100,000 retainer. So you could hire an attorney for a legal matter. You may have a legal matter involving your children that maybe got caught DUI and you need to bail them out. So the insurances are out there. We have insurances for animals and pets. We have insurance for car repairs. We have insurance for car crashes. We have insurance for homes, appliance repairs. There's insurance, there's liability insurance if someone gets hurt on your property. Now, I do talk about life skills, but the insurance is a small part of a life skill. What matters are you having that could talk about the child protection system? Otherwise, if you're worried about governments having insurance or not. If you're an employee for the government, I would think you would want the government to have insurance for something wrongdoing. But then again, if an employee steals, they're going to be prosecuted. It's against the law to steal. It's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal. You don't take something that doesn't belong to you. That's wrong. And if you do not follow the 10 commandments, you're never going to get to heaven. And our goal right now is to get to heaven. So, anyway, that was an interesting topic there, T, from North Carolina. Now, my regulars, I don't know where they're at. Sometimes they come on, sometimes they don't. I have Leica from South Africa. Christina Reynosa, I haven't talked to in weeks, from Las Vegas, Nevada. There's Dorothy Cook that I talked to yesterday. There was Cassandra, which is Tony the Tiger from Otsego County, New York, yesterday. We had Bartley from Montana, and there's Betty Joe from Montana. There's Cruella, who's Felicia from Oxnard, California. Then there's Margaret King from Kern River, Bakersfield, California. We have David, who I haven't talked to in a bit, has a bad case in Santa Barbara County. All of you that are listening out there, and I see that we have a lot of listeners in here, I welcome your comments. I welcome your questions. Um, Hearing me speak over and over about the same thing must be getting pretty boring there. And yes, they do steal our children. You no question about that. You've talked about the rogue CPS. Not all CPS is bad. CPS is necessary. There's over 1,000 cases that go unreported every day of children that are brutally left in their seats in the hot sun and fried into the killed in their car. A social worker comes home, forgets that he or she had a child in the car, and the child was dead 5 hours later. There's atrocious things that goes on. A social worker is supervising a group of children that are playing in um, a pen full of styrofoam balls. And a young child got in there and was trampled to death by the other children. The child could barely walk. Or there was a case in Africa, which is a horrible thing. The children was a social worker, and they were at a event, and they're at a lake, and the social worker had her back to it, and a crocodile came out and grabbed one of the children and took him under the water and killed him. I don't know how many stories I hear that are atrocious out there, but there are a lot of them out there. A mother goes away in Ohio, leaves her 4-month-old child in one of those um, bouncy seats with a little play table. She comes back a week later and the child's dead. Of course, the child had no water or food and had an agonizing death. Had to be in its diapers full of maggots. It's a terrible thing out there for the abuse of our children, for the neglect of our children. 75% of all cases are neglect, 25% are abuse. And of the two kinds of reporters, the professional and the lay people, the professionals get it right about half the time, and the lay people get it right about a quarter of the time. Because a lot of the lay people use it as retaliation against a neighbor who maybe dog is barking too much or the yard is overgrowing their yard and they don't know how they handle it or talk to people. It's sad that child protection is abused. Parents are going through a divorce would try to alienate their children. So there's a horrible things that take place. Of course, we hear about the person that was shot in the chest 5 times while on his phone to his FaceTime with his fiancee because of mistaken identity by the sheriff. They thought they were at a place they had um, domestic violence. Instead, it was a guy talking on the phone. And why the police seem to shoot 5 times, I don't understand. Maybe it's because the gun only holds 5 bullets and the chamber's full. I don't know how many. I mean, the magazines of these automatic guns are different, but maybe the typical gun with the chamber. So, Well, I was just looking up a Colt 45, which was a common model that was used since the 1800s. In 1873, it had 6 rounds, and in 1911, it had 8 rounds, 7 in the chamber and 1 inside um, the holding thing there. It's really don't understand why there's a necessity because a woman was shot in the face by a sheriff in LA County. I told him to go 5 times too. But it says a Colt 45 holds 7 to 10 rounds. So my theory about shooting them all kind of went out the window there. Uh, Good morning, Chris, and welcome, Chris. I don't know if you've been on before, but it's a warm welcome. And what part of the world are you from, Chris? And what question do you have for me? What question do you have for me? Um, okay, Chris says he's not understanding how, I'm going to say CPS because the Department of Children and Families is the same, is progressing the abandonment father that's never been in a child's life before me. I complete everything, yet they keep progressing him. Um, I think what you're trying to say to me, Chris, is that the father that abandoned the child is getting more dealings with the child than you are. You're from Lee County, Florida. Well, welcome, Chris. Do you have information on ICPC Regulation 1? Yes, I do. For all those who are out there listening, ICPC stands for the Interstate Compact for Placement of Children. And let's see what Regulation 1 is. Okay, Regulation 1 of the Interstate Compact for Placement of Children ensures that a safe and stable placement for children continue when relocating to another state, facilitating ongoing supervision and compliance with state laws. For those that never knew about ICPC, it's a private organization that's not government controlled that helps one CPS entity in one state transfer a child to another state that may have the special needs that the child needs. Regulation 1 addresses the approval process for placing a child in approved resource in a receiving state when sending the state has already approved the placement. The intent is to maintain the safe and stability of the child's placement during relocation, ensuring supervision remains uninterrupted, un, un, uninterrupted, and that both states comply with applicable regulations. So, does that help you out there, Chris? Does that help you out? Um, you must be having a child, I assume, is being because of special needs. Now, I know of a case with Danielle Watt of Georgia who had a young child uh, in the hands of CPS, and they transferred him from Georgia to Texas because he has special needs. And CPS forgot about him. And Daniel Watt, who had been incarcerated, had served her time and gotten out and wanted her son. And she wanted to adopt her son. And she has her son now. But she had a terrible time, and he was released to, he was almost 20 years old. And that's wrong for CPS to hold children over the age of 18. It is wrong because when a child becomes 18, they're considered an adult and they should be able to make decisions on their own. They should not have a bad agency try to control that child, So, I don't know the particulars of your case, Chris, but I just found out the regulation. Now, Chris says you're okay. You may be a child, is what the Chris. Maybe you're a child, and your biological father had abandoned you, and I guess um, they're trying to have him involved in your life. He may not want to. Now you say, Chris, your mother had placed of her in Florida, but her home and our home state is Missouri, but the abandoned father lives in Lee County, Florida. Um, Chris, are you the child? And your mother and your biological father are going through a separation, or I need to know more information. I'm kind of like confused here. Chris, I know, is in Lee County. The biological father's in Lee County. Oh, it's your daughter. Okay, I'm sorry. It's your daughter now. Are you the biological father, Chris, of your daughter? And they're trying to place him with a stepfather? I don't understand how this abandoned father, if you're the father, or are you the mother, Chris? Maybe you're the mother. And she's only 5.5 years old. That's young. That's young. Okay. So Chris is the mother. Okay, lives in Lee County, Florida. And they're trying to put him with the biological father who has abandoned the child. And you're in Missouri. Is that why he's being transferred? Or wait, I'm confused because there's two mothers. You say you're the mother, but who is my mother? Chris, you say my mother has placement. Oh, I'm the biological mother with a custody order in Missouri. The abandoned father of my daughter is in Florida, but we want to go back to Missouri. Okay, what about your mother? Um, oh, it's so hard when I get bits and pieces. It's like playing ping pong ball. I do one serve and then it goes back and forth, back and forth. And I get bits and pieces here. Okay, I don't know if you're talking about your mother or not because you said my mother has placement of her in Florida. So is it the grandmother has placement of her granddaughter, who's your daughter, and the abandoned father lives in Lee County? He wants nothing to do with the child. The case is open in Florida. Okay. My mother is only down Florida because she is a supervisor, but her home state is in Florida. She's a supervisor of what? Is she involved in this child protection system? Is she a supervisor? Oh, I don't know if I can help you, Chris. I'm trying. Would you like to call in and maybe explain it at 626-698-0990? Now, my show goes to 9 o'clock, and I have another show coming up at 10, so I have to get off so that I don't interfere with the other show. Okay, your home state is Missouri. So what has Florida got to do? The case is in Florida. Your home state is Missouri. I'll call later. What time would you be on again today? I'm on at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you're living in Florida, it's 3 hours ahead of me. So it'll be 8, 9, it'll be 10 o'clock your time. 10 o'clock your time. I'll be on at 7 o'clock. You can call then, Chris. And I'll definitely try to help you. So your mother is a supervisor who's in Florida, but you are the biological mother of the daughter who's 5.5 over with a custody order in Missouri. Well, you have a custody order in Missouri. I'm confused how Florida is involved. Anyway, good enough, Chris. I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad to hear from you. I got another emoji um, from, well, shoot. I got it from one of the rooms, things that CPS Child Protection. Oh, okay, that was nice. Never got a room that gave me emoji, but thank you. I have one from Nergy Galento. Okay, Chris, I'm so sorry about whatever your case is, but I want to help you. I care about every one of you, but I do have to wrap up my show because Vincent Davis will start another show at 10. So it's really important that you keep fighting for your family and your children. Do not stop. Come here for encouragement. Now, I'm going to take down my phone number because I can't take any more phone calls, but I am going to put up a very important number that I'll leave on for a moment. It's called the Department of Government Efficiency, commonly called DOGE. That is a new government entity that was formed by our current president in January. And it has two phone numbers. Their area code 202, which is the White House. They also have, besides the website, they have an email where you can send your email about questions or concerns. They are real. They are active. I talked to a supervisor at Doge several weeks ago on Friday when I was talking to an intake worker at Social Services in Orange County, California. So they are there to help. They're listening to my case, and it was nice of them to talk. But I'll leave that up. But I'm going to close with a video that is about Vincent Davis, about hiring him. He's the best attorney there is to fight CPS. He's, oh boy, here we go. Good morning. You've reached the live stream with Bob Pace of Fighting CPS. How can I help you? Hello? It was a wrong number. I get a lot of those. Anyway, don't forget, fight for your children. I love you guys, and I really am concerned about you, and I want to help every one of you. I'm on twice a day. You cannot miss me. I've been doing this for over close to 2,000 shows. So, if anything else fails, go to Doge. Doge is the last window where you can go to. But anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce him. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last